What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and want stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the debut album from the band Insect Inside, entitled The First Shrine of New Genus. This is released on Gore House Productions. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Chelyabinsk, Russia, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very traditional, aggressive, science fiction themed style of brutal death metal. Yeah. This is a very, very new band to my ears. So coming into this review, I really didn't know a hell of a lot about them, other than a 2019 demo that this band put out entitled For the Glory of Swarm. This band had a really, really straight up approach to their sound. Very slam influenced sort of material, really audible bass and guitar tones, super guttural vocals, and an almost sci-fi insect parasitic sort of influence when it came to their overall musical themes and styles. I found out Gore House Productions was going to be putting out their debut full length, and I had been hearing a lot of really, really solid things about it from some of my peers. So I figured, why not? Let me get in on this fun and talk about it. So here we are with their debut full length entitled The First Shrine of New Genus. It's 10 tracks, and it clocks in at around 33 minutes in length. So pretty much this is an amalgamation of what this band had been doing previously, but they make things a lot better and a lot smoother. And this makes for a very, very fun and pleasant listening experience. If you're into brutal death metal that has some really, really awesome sci-fi influenced lyrics and some really punishing breakdown parts, I think you're going to feel right at home with this Insect Inside album. Musically, this is a really, really well done album. I really love the guitar playing that's being done on here. A lot of very heavy and memorable riffs to be heard throughout this entire album. I almost get a little bit of a Malignancy vibe with some of the I don't know what the term is for that, but it's where the riff goes it sounds a little bit higher, or it squeaks a little bit. Pinch harmonics or something. I don't know what you call it, but I hear a lot of those sort of moments heard throughout this entire album. Songs like Sickening Ground, Posthumous Grief, the song For the Glory of Swarm, which I believe came from the demo. It sounds a lot better here. And Derelict Sanity. Just some seriously awesome guitar playing going on here. A lot of very memorable riffs. Very audible and clear bass to be heard throughout this album too. It definitely sounds awesome, especially for the more slam breakdown influenced parts. That's another thing to note about Insect Inside. This is a Russian brutal death metal band, and this is a country that's very, very prominent and well known for having a very dedicated and healthy brutal death metal fan base with a lot of great bands and a lot of heavy influences. And you can definitely tell that the breakdowns and the slam parts are very fruitful here, and they sound really good. They are very appropriate. Nothing feels out of place or put in wrong. I definitely love what they do with the slam influence and the breakdown parts here. It's really awesome. The drumming on here is very good too. A lot of great natural ebb and flow when it comes to the snare, when it comes to the fills, to the blast beats. Just a very top-notch drum performance overall. Definitely well-paced and very awesome for it being such a short record. Nothing needed to be too long or too fast. Everything feels just right. I mean, going to the track Sickening Ground, that's one of the shorter tracks on here. But it just goes to show what talent and attention to detail this drummer has in playing really quickly, or even having the need to make things a little bit longer with songs like Derelict Sanity or Embalming for Chrysalis. Really, really awesome drum work going on here. And when it comes to the vocals, it's pretty much your typical sort of brutal death metal vocal performance. It's very guttural, very undecipherable. You can't really make out what he's saying, but the way he does it is very, very grand and entertaining. I love the vocal style here. The vocal delivery is very good, especially for some of these really over-the-top sci-fi influenced lyrics. I don't know if I can say this band is science fiction or not, but I'm definitely getting the sci-fi vibe from listening to this band in terms of their musical styles, their lyrics, their themes. This is definitely sci-fi heavy influence stuff. I really, really dig that a lot. And there's a couple of guest appearances on here. I believe on the track Posthumous Grief, you have Kevin Muller, whom you probably know for his brief stint in Suffocation. He's got a vocal appearance on here. It's kind of crazy how you shift from super ultra guttural vocals to hearing a more concise vocalist like an understandable vocalist like Kevin Muller pop up and do his thing. And then you get a couple of other tracks, Revival of Ungodly Deformity, and the closing track, Pulsating Earth. You got some guest spots on there too. They work out very well here, but the guy who does vocals for Insecticide is really, really good. So overall, if you're into slam-orientated brutal death metal, if you're into science fiction-themed brutal death metal, I think Insecticide is a very, very promising band. I see great things for them in the future, and this debut full-length is just a sign of great things to come. If I had to think of any personal favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Sickening Ground, Posthumous Grief, the title track for the first shining of New Genus, Derelict Sanity, and Embalming for Chrysalis. I really enjoyed that track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Gore House Productions Bandcamp page where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy being purchased or not. You can stream it, buy it digitally, and it is available physically as a CD. Great quality as to be expected from Gore House Productions. These are the guys themselves. Very awesome job done here. So again, the album is The First Shrine of New Genus by Insect Inside. This is released on Gore House Productions. Definitely check this one out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very solid 8.5 out of 10. This is a seriously fun listen. This is brutal death metal escapism at its finest. If you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it, or any of you guys into Insect Inside. Definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until next time, Army Hell out.